All right, guys, so we got an awesome product here by Gunwave. Now, it's probably not what you think it is. This is an awesome office chair. So let's crack it open and let's put it together. So let's go ahead and get it open here and see what we're working with. We've done a lot of office chairs, so I've messed around with quite a bit. And one of the things that I find interesting is not all companies design their stuff big and tall wise. So usually they're super small office chairs and really hard to sit in and be comfortable in. That's the first thing. Second thing is they don't have proper wheels. So I don't know about you, but looking at this first, these have the new version of wheels to them, which is super sweet. So we're going to crack into that because I think that is a huge point when you are looking at an office chair. That is a major factor when deciding, hey, is this the right one? So we got all the stuff here. Definitely take a look at the user manual. But if you're watching this guide, obviously you're checking out how I have this getting it put together. I like to uncover all my stuff so I can set everything out. Let's get all this out of the way. So I can set everything out and see what I'm working with. And right off the bat, this thing is pretty girthy. It's pretty heavy. Check out the feet, you know, where it's going to hold the feet on the bottom. That is super slick. Let's set this off to the side here. Got some good overall packaging. Excited about that. Now this is a black one. And look how beefy that back is. That is the backrest of it. Let's go ahead and uncover this guy. Oh, this thing's sweet. Let's go ahead and get this open. Now, something new you're going to find on some of these chairs is how they do the lumbar support. Now, it's easier for me to show you a little bit of it right now, so we're going to pop into that and see what we're working with here from a lumbar support perspective. So they have these little knobs you can twist, and when you twist it, it's going to activate the lumbar in here, which is super cool. That's a really nice little feature. All right, we got the bottom right here. Look how big that is. This is an executive style chair, and we'll do a comparison showing the difference between like a standard chair versus the big and tall, and you're going to see just the heftiness difference between the two. All right, last couple pieces here at the bottom so we can get into it. We got an armrest. They did not skimp on these guys. Check out the armrest. Still got the proper leather cushion right there with no issues. There you go. So we got one. And we've got two. You ever find it weird when they package this stuff? They got two different bubble wraps. Color. I find that funny. Alright, and last little bit. This is getting into the magic stuff, in my opinion. Why? Because you have the spot that goes up underneath it, which is going to control it. See here. Tons of stuff. This one's got some different design to it. That's kind of cool. That's super cool. Okay. You've got your actuator, little piece for the bottom. Now, here is the goods. Check out these wheels. This is what I wanted to get to show you guys. The wheels on this are next level. And I think this matters when you are dealing with an office chair. You've got to get solid wheels. So, I don't know about you, but if you remember, the best wheels as a kid growing up kind of had that skateboard vibe. Look at this. Look at that. So these are dual wheels on both sides. That thing is slick. So they rotate and they have dual wheels. Look at that. That is cool. So each one of them is going to look the same. Let's go ahead and crack these open. And get rocking and rolling. Said, I like to give a full proof. You're going to see I'm talking through this. We're 4 minutes in, and hopefully within 10 minutes we got a chair put together. That's the goal. Whoop. That's the goal at the end of the day. So you're going to see it all happen in real time. All right. All of our box Good to go. Let's get that back here. Again, Gunwade, that's the brand. Definitely check them out. And then last but not least, there's one more piece in here, which is the cover that goes over the piece, the actuator piece. So definitely got to check that out. All right. All right, so here is the piece that's going to cover the gas lift for it. So we can see we have 4 steps on page 1. You have all your items, 4 steps on page 1, and then if we get over, we have another 4 steps, and number 9 is actually going to be relaxing. So let's go ahead and give this a follow here. Making it super simple. First few steps is easy. What I do like about this brand thus far, you notice you actually don't have to put this together. It comes that way. So I'm definitely digging that. So we're going to set this upside down. These should pop in. Oh yeah, that was easy. They just pop in. There's like a slot to them. There you go. Just like that. And we got 2 left. Okay. Well, now we're cooking. Look how easy that was. Now watch this roll around. Thing is butter smooth. I mean butter smooth. Next thing. You're going to take and put your gas lift on it. Okay? So it's going to go with the tilt tip up. Should sit right in there. No problems. Then you're going to take and put your cover on top of it. Just like so. Covers everything up. Next thing is we are going to take the bottom of the chair. We're going to flip it over. Let's get our handy dandy pieces out. You want to get F, which is going to be your tool. So they do give you a tool for it. And then the screws we are going to use is going to be A, D. So A and D right here. Which is going to put on the gasket system. Okay. There we have it. All right. Fumble all this around. I've become a professional at putting these together. Just from a standpoint of it is super simple when you just follow the steps. We've got the bottom of the chair here. Now, biggest thing you want to do is you want to follow front and back. So we got front here. So making sure you're following front and back. That is super key. There is a little front spot on here, so it tells you where to put it. So we're going to drop this on top. Shouldn't have any issues, just like so. Boom. Okay, you're going to go with A and D, which is A. It's going to be that, and D is going to be a washer for the gasket, just like so. Get these guys started. And last little bit here. So far, we are moving pretty good on this to get it put together. Okay. All right. Just like a tire, in my opinion, like to almost tighten them all the way down. And do them in an X pattern, just so you can get it and make sure it is straight on it. That's kind of my opinion when doing these. Okay. Does make it a little bit easier if you need to make any adjustments. Like if it's not on straight. And then 2, you won't have to cross thread anything. Because that is a problem, obviously, with these. You don't want to do anything like that. Okay. Just like that. Here we go. So this is kind of unique. This one has controls. I don't know if you notice this. So instead of that little push arm, there are controls on here. So these controls get mounted on the bottom. That's kind of cool. So you mount those pieces through there. Okay. believe this is going to go here. That's like this one, and this one will go here, just like so, and mount out. All right, and for that we have C. So we're going to use C. Make sure my camera didn't die here. All right, still recording. We're cooking. Got it? So C, just going to follow it on. Okay. All right. So it does have where these pieces are outward. Keep that in mind. So the clips are on the outside of it. So make sure you have it facing the outside of the unit. That's super important. That's where your hands are going to be. So they're going to be like on the outside, left and right of the front part of your chair. So got one side. And just like everything else, I like to easily just tighten these down. And then, you know, you're dealing with plastic pieces sometimes. You don't want to cross thread. Dealing with a couple of issues like that. So it's always good to kind of like easily tighten them down. You know, maybe just a little more like right at hand tighten. Do one side after the other, and then you're good to go. So there you have one side. Let's go ahead and rotate, and now we have this one. Again, really, really easy going process here. Saves a lot of time because the feet, we didn't have to do the same thing. Usually, on most chairs, you have to put the base together more. This one did not, so that's kind of cool. Save, in my opinion, a ton of time here. It's usually like two more screws per base, but at this point in time, we are moving. We are moving really easily here. Now, I do like to use the pieces that they provide. I think that's super important for me to use the pieces that they provide, just so that, just so you don't over tighten stuff. That's kind of key. Fasten the thread. Okay. Okay, that's for the other one. Got it. All right, we're moving. Here we go. So we got our chair base. Go and flip this guy over. Just like that. Chair base is on. There you have it. Easy peasy. Next thing, let's put some arms on. So this is why it's super important. We got part B. Make sure you're knowing which side of the chair you're using. Because when you do this, you want to make sure that you're not having problems with these arms going on. So at the end of the day, that's very important. So we're gonna be looking at this side right here. That's cool. This is a little cover-up spot. I kind of like that. And then there you have it. That is what we're going to end up looking like right there. So go ahead. Okay. Can't lose you here from a camera perspective. All right. So just like the other one, I like to get one side on or one piece on, put the other one on as well, and then tighten them up. It makes everything substantially easier when you're doing this. Just so you don't, again, cross thread any of this stuff. So you have two screws that we're going to be working on, one front and one back. That's the key. So if you're looking at this, I know I'm on the other side of it. I'll show you on the other. And we get flipped over. Now the arms can be a little bit tricky. Based on a few factors. All right. Cool. There you have it. One arm down. Next one. All right. Now that I got you to this point, I'm going to pause it. Go ahead and finish up this little section here, and then work to get the back on, and we'll go from there. All right, so now that we have both of our arms on, this is the way it should look. So just so you know, there is a little bit of give on both sides. Once we get the back on, we're not going to have any issues with it. So now the key is to get everything to line up. That is the key right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pop up right here so we can get it to stand. We're going to focus on one side for now. Try to get this level here. Get it rotated, right? Easiest with two people, but I'm here to show you that you can do it with one because that is all you need. So it's best when you actually see it from the side so you can see where it lines up. Now these are, they do have like specific screw spots. So you want to make sure you're using that. So just like that, we have our first spot lined up here on this side. Again, super simple. And just like that, we are locked in. Now, once I got it going, I'm going to go ahead and drop in this bottom one here so we get a nice sturdy base for it. That's key on both sides. And then once we get this rocking and rolling, we're going to turn it over to the other side and go ahead and easily put those in. And that'll make it a lot easier for us when we are tightening these down. Gives us something to hold on to, makes it simple at the end of the day. All right. So we've got top and bottom on the right done, and you can see it pulling. And now we're going to come over to this one. You're going to notice right here, if you actually push back some of the leather, you're going to have where these slots are going to show up. That is super key because as you go to push this up here, those slots will fall into the place where you're supposed to be screwing it, and you notice how it just popped in there. That makes your job so much easier. So this bottom one is rip-roaring and ready to go. We're able to pop that in there. We should be able to easily get this screwed on here. Okay. Yep, already got it in, which is key. And now we're dealing with only one more slot. So we'll get to that. Also, when we're here, it's going to start pulling in the top one. So you don't have to worry too much. Let the chair do its thing, right? It's going to sit in the proper slot, and it's going to be good to go. So that is key when you're working with these, so you don't have any issues. And obviously, it's a big and tall chair, so it's got some girth to it. It's not just a baby chair by no means. We're going to pop in the last screw. Okay. And should be taking hold, just like that. There you go. It's going to pull up this side. Now, once we get this far, we have two minor pieces left. So I know you're 20 minutes into a video, and this sounds like forever. Maybe we cut it into 2 pieces. Maybe not. But, alright. So you got this side. Let's go ahead and get this bottom one. Finish tightening it all the way. As you can see. And finish up on the right side. Just like so. Now, it does say in here, you can use different tools. I prefer using the tools they give us. I don't want to overstrip this stuff because it's not like you're able to replace a bit and piece of this easily. You'd be out of a chair. Just like that. Last thing we're going to do here is you get these little caps in E. I'll pop this open. Should have a couple for each side. We're going to go around. Pop that in. Pop it in. Just like that. Boom. Next thing. And last 2. Super simple process here. Okay. Now, you also have your piece right here. Okay. So you can attach this to the seat. I'm going to see where that's at here in 1 second. To the lumbar adjustment. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put this one down here. Just like so. And there you have it. 2 last screws, and you were rip-roaring and ready to go. Guys, this thing is super simple, super easy to use. Check out the first sit. Look how cool. Oh, this thing is big. This thing's it. Tell you what, check out that sit. Nice and comfortable overall. I mean, moves well. I'm super excited about this. Hopefully you liked the little installation video. Might break it up into 2 parts, but hopefully you stayed around and watched the whole thing if you're needing help on how to put together gun weights, big and tall chair. So guys, at the end of the day, you know what we always say? Definitely check it out.